Okay, man, all you Henson puppets out there. Yep. Verl it up, bring. I grew up watching those on TV. And the rest of you, the little puppets, the verl it up, bring. Yes. Yeah. Near, near, far. Cookie. Oh, Hi ho, this is Kermit the Frog, So I grew up on all that stuff, Hibbert, Wetterdy, So I grew up on all that shit, and most people in my generation did too, and I agree with a lot of people on that, but I think that's just a cultural thing, our puppets were better. Frank Oz and Jim Henson were really good entertainers, and they were very funny, and God, they were funny. They were very funny dudes. And as far as helping with learning and putting humor in it to get you to, hey, wow, this is fun and educational. They were both really good at that. And I think I think they were very sincere in what they were doing and trying to do it to the best of their ability with all the, relative death by a salesman Arthur Miller plays. It would have that Marilyn Monroe's High Maintenance, right? And so, yeah, well, if you don't give Marilyn Monroe the Lord's Prayer to live, she's gonna be high maintenance, guys. Well, it seemed to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind. And Bernie's not the Messiah. He just would have liked to known her, but he was just a kid. It wouldn't have done a damn bit of good. She'd been like, first of all, I'm not getting a macho enough vibe for you to knock the ball out of Yankee Stadium or off the green wall in Boston, right? That's the way she would be. Okay. She would be like, Bernie, you're really gay, so why don't you go have sex with Elton? I'm just not feeling the manly vibe I need out of you to protect the children from the Philistines, or the Egyptians, or the Romans, or the Visigoths, or the Vandals, or the Cossacks, or the Sioux, or the Comanche, or the Bluecoats, the Wasichu. Just not feeling it. That's true. But you know what, girls? I'm not feeling it from you either. Because I've been standing up for the Lord's Prayer for 15 years, and the only woman that stood up with me was shot in the back of the head in a smoke shop by a bunch of people at Fort Huachuca that came and bragged to me that we could program people like we're programming a video game, and laughed about it in front of me. And none of you will stand up for the Lord's Prayer because you're afraid of pieces of shit like that. That's like being afraid of Josh Whedon's penis. Or Donald Trump's. Or your own. I'd be more afraid of your own. Okay. Yeah. Because, you sit there and you think you want to fuck somebody, and he's so good, and he's so far, and he's so healthy, and he doors the guy next door, and he's dying to get at her, and he's got surveillance equipment to try to get in there and see that shit. That's why I get told to shut up by people that go to the university and work at Walmart. Hey, you don't need to be talking to young ladies like that, old man. You know why David Rockefeller hates you? If you haven't figured it out yet, you're just not a very good Mr. Moto, Charlie Chan, or Sherlock Holmes. It's not that hard. I sit and explain it to people every day on a day. I break it down to the most verled up. Opposite. The cat hat with the bad fat hat was hit with a bat and a rat and a fat and snat. It is a scat. Fat, hat, cat, scat, rat, fat, hat, tat. Was supposed to be wed, but he fled instead. Couldn't get her to marry because he seared nurse to Bergerac with the sliver equipment from wise men say, I've got a drone in your bathroom, right? So you're like, guys, you're never going to have sincere, meaningful, virtuous relationships in this cesspool of manipulative, I got to win and be the best insanity. Just great. There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. Okay, and though I have a phone. I don't have to travel near and far, kings and queens. I don't have to meet all the assholes. I don't have to meet the Peckerwood building, the stupid, insane, egotistical building across Saudi Arabia. I don't have to meet his sorry-ass face. I don't have to look that piece of shit in the face like Jiddu Krishnamurti and Haile Selassie and Sun Yat-sen and D.T. Suzuki had to do. Okay? Well, because with the ramped up intensity of the technology and everything like that, I would go to a Hannibal Lecter prison just to snap his neck. It's, what would King David do? Yeah. I know you get all the best. He's got all the best supplements. He's trained in Tutado and Tikpado and Sipado. And his chi is, what's your chi doing? What's your chi got to do with me? I got a chi. It's not a chi. It's faithful essence of life, okay, that flows through my body because I'm worthy of it. Okay, Mr. Sadi, naughty, dotty, not got you with your backfield in motion. And King Charles, who knighted people and gives them medal awards and says, "Hey, you're part of the club now. Let's go to Wimbledon, right? Hey, you gonna go in the VIP room and have sex with super divas? Sounds boring." It's absolutely boring. I'd rather have a cantaloupe party with Kate and have Kate and Emily get to know Betsy and go, "She's a fun cat." She is very fun, but she's going to train you. You're going to have to let her out in the morning. Then she's going to come to the window 5 minutes later. Then she comes in and one of you, the other one lets him in. Then the other one, she's going to say, "Hey, let me out the back door. I'm training you." She does that every day. It's hilarious. I go, "Dad, she's training us." He goes, "Yeah, I know." She's, okay. Up, down, she's literally, gosh. And then she looks at the camera and tells all the rest of the cats, "It's so hard to get good help these days." It's funny. No, she trains us all the time. If it's agreeable with you and she's a good cat. The little girls at the Humane Society do a good job if she doesn't get along well with other pets. That's not true. Other pets don't get along well with her. She gets along real well with other cats. Other cats are intimidated by her because she's large and in charge and she's very astute. But she won't bully you. Just don't give her no shit and you won't get your ass kicked. That's Betsy in a nutshell. Okay. And other cats, "Well, you got to get rid of her. She's mean." It's like, no, she's not mean. Just don't fuck with her. But cats are like people on TV and people in the military and Donald Trump and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Obama and everybody, "I'm the only one that's got a big dick." It's like what's her name, Candace Parker and Jay, right on, "Oh, I understand. Yeah, I've also have a big dick. I have won 3 national championships and you have won 3 also. We're the only ones that got a big dick. So take that, Charles Barkley. Take that, Shaquille O'Neal." Oh, Shaquille O'Neal didn't win one in college, but he won in the pros, which is even bigger dickus. So he's a bigger dickus than we are. "I'm the only one that's got a big dick." And Kenny Smith gets to say, "I'm the only one that's got a big dick." And Charles looks at him and goes, "It was Akeem Olajuwon. It wasn't you." Clyde Drexler, too. And don't forget Vernon Maxwell. And Otis Thorpe and Big Shot Bob and Mario Elie. And Kenny Smith was part of the team. And he was a very good distributor to his teammates where they needed it and when they needed it, and that speaks volumes, and it helps you win a lot of games. Okay, and so if you're a basketball player and basketball teams, he was coached by Dean Smith, and he's quick, he's intelligent, and he's a good point guard. Okay, but it's just fucking basketball. It's just exercise, and you don't need money. So he's about as dumb as the rest of you fuckers on TV saying, "I need more money to fuck." Okay, guys, Jesus is right and you're wrong, right? Okay. Now, if Jesus is your God, he has to hear that shit and you're not standing up for his perfect commands. Okay. And when you have your science projects, "We're going to solve all the problems of all the crazy people that are religious." Okay, Jesus is right and you're wrong. How does that make you any more right and them any more wrong? You get what I'm saying? So when it's happening, sweethearts, and when it culminates and we've submitted to peace, all it is this, is what Muhammad says, is all you have to do is be truthful, okay? And then in your truthfulness, understand natural laws, and then submit to faithful, loving peace. That's what Islam is, and that's living the truth of Jesus Christ. Whether or not you think you believe in God or have faith in God, that's irrelevant. It's based on perfect science. So when this culminates and the technology shifts, okay, which is most likely going to be the case, even if it's the rich people that are using the technology to manipulate us with money say, "Hey, it's our idea to stand up with this guy because he makes a good point and he's a pretty fair scientist." I still did it through prayers with the faithful. It wasn't them, it was me. It's not their technology. I'm correcting their technology. They're not correcting their technology. They're using their technology to mass murder people over money. Now, you want to launder that money? How can you launder money? You can. It's just something they make up, like the unicorn, and Oh, and the other day with that kid with the elbow to Porzingis, that was not a windup. He didn't even see him. His head was turned the other way. Those people watch things like that. I've hit people with elbows because I was being fouled and abused and was sick in the game, stuff like that. And I felt bad about it initially. I don't now, because that kid ripped my arms apart every time we played and did everything the coach said, and had watched his teammates hit me in the face with their elbows and laugh. And I didn't mean to hit him, but I was sick and he was taking advantage of it to abuse me on the basketball court because his coach said so. And my mom worked with his mom, so I felt bad. Oh God, mom's gonna talk about what a thug I am. It's like her kid mugs me every fucking basketball game, and he's a good valued ranch boy, so I don't feel that way anymore. But the kid yesterday that hit Porzingis, he did not mean to do it. He hurt his shoulder doing it because Porzingis ran under him. Porzingis did it. He ran under the guy when he was up in the air trying to get the rebound because he's 7'4". So he literally hurt himself. If you assess the situation and look at it, and there was no malice and there was no windup, and you could tell that the kid was truly contrite and felt bad because that accident happened and caused such contusion and shock, and so that was just handled very poorly. It was a basketball play that was, oh gosh, that happens, and it sucks when it happens. But you could tell by the way the young kid happened for Orlando that he has no malice and he's a good kid. Porzingis, it's just the crowd, they're stupid. I don't think he's a bad kid either. I think he's just big and trying to get the ball because he can. And discretion is a better part of valor, and you got to be more intelligent than that. Well, I'm a good basketball coach, guys. I love you.